And it's something I'm working on myself. And the more I think about food as some sort of reward, the more I see the parallel of this to drugs. And of course, one may argue, but it's different. But in reality, it's not. They both have chemical effects in your body. They both change your neurochemistry, the way your brain functions, the way your entire body functions. So of course, it's a drug. By definition, it is. There's no reason to classify it as anything else. So my suggestion, just like I did the Quality Movement podcast, is the same here with nutrition. Focus on the kinds of foods you take in first. And so if I were to make a very short grocery list, I would do it like so. I would put at the top of my chain my vegetables, right? My macros, my micronutrients. Maybe even a high-quality supplement, a high-quality multivitamin, high-quality fish oil for healthy omegas. And then I would go down the list. I would pick some leafy greens like kale, spinach, chard, things of that nature. And then I would go into my fibrous, cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower. And I would go into my more juicier vegetables like squash and things like that. And then I would move down the list and go to my fats. And fats are so important. They make up the integrity of all your cells in your body. So if you don't have that, you are missing out on proper nutrient delivery and healthy overall function of your body. Hormone production, the list goes on forever. So I would make my fat grocery list as avocados, as mixed nuts, cashews, almonds, or even almond butter or cashew butter, coconut oil, olive oil, grass-fed butter. Butter is freaking fantastic. Finally, the mainstream media has discovered, even though this has been the truth for such a long time, that butter is not bad for you. If anything, it's the margarine that's worse for you than anything else. Margarine has a bunch of filler, a bunch of preservatives that your body does not need. Butter is a purer source. Very, very clean source. Beyond that, you can go into almond oil. You can go into fats from your meats and things of that nature. Then after my fats, I would go into my carbohydrates. My complex carbohydrates like my brown rice, maybe some jasmine rice, black rice, sweet potatoes, squash, beets, my fruits, and I would put berries as my top choice for fruits because they have a very high antioxidant value. And moving on from there, I would go into my meats, my proteins, and if you're vegetarian, I would pick a lot of legumes, a lot of seeds. But my meats, I'm looking at quality. And you are literally what your animal eats. If your animal is eating a bunch of grain-fed stuff, which they're not meant to be eating, and their guts are inflamed, and they're sick, you're eating a sick animal. So of course you're going to be affected. Your body is going to react to this sick animal in a negative way. So pick your grass-fed beef. Pick your pasture-raised eggs. Your antibiotic-free chicken, your grass-fed lamb, your wild-caught fish. And you can tell the difference even in the color of the meat when you go to the store. A lot of your wild-caught fish are going to be rich in color, especially your salmon. Really, really rich orangish red versus your farm-raised salmon, which is going to be a kind of a light pinkish color. Or even your beef. Your beef, most of your antibiotic-fed beef is going to be like a lighter red color, whereas your grass-fed beef has a rich, red, vibrant color to it. They all make a difference. And the biggest thing I've seen, too, is even with eggs. I cracked open a conventional egg, and the yolk was a very light, kind of faint yellow. And when I cracked open a pasture-raised egg, it was this dark, rich, orangish yellow. It just looked a lot more appealing. So it's amazing to see the kind of differences just from the aesthetic point of view. And it matters, guys. The way you look, beyond the chiseled abs, beyond the physique, the way you look, the way your complexion looks, your skin, your eyes, your vibrance really tells a lot about what's going on inside. And if you look tired and you have no vitality left in you, but you have six-pack abs, is that really worth it? Something to ponder. So anyway, that would be my grocery list for you. And we can even provide you with a written grocery list if you'd like. But another tip that's important to note is when you go to the grocery store, try to avoid a lot of the middle aisles. That's where you're going to find a lot of your packaged junk, a lot of your filler. Try to stick to the aisles, the outer aisles, the border of your grocery store. It's where you can get all your necessary produce, your meats. And then, of course, go to your supplement section if you need to. Get a high-quality multivitamin, a high-quality fish oil. And I would highly suggest getting a blood test, and choosing a service like Wellness Effects or Thorn Effects, where they really look at your body holistically. Because when you go to the doctor, they do a blood test, like a blood profile, like a blood panel, lipid profile, and you look at the test, you're like, what the hell does this mean? And the doctor has to explain it to you. But you go through a service like Wellness Effects, they're looking at everything. They're looking at your hormones, they're looking at your micronutrients, they're looking at minerals, they're looking at everything, your liver function, and they explain it in such a fashion where it makes sense, where it makes a lot of sense. They even chart it in graph, they show you images. It's an amazing service, wellnesseffects.com. Highly, highly suggest it. I'm about to do a panel myself, and I cannot wait to see the results. And it's a good baseline to see where you're at. And if you know you're missing out on these crucial enzymes, minerals, vitamins, and your hormones are all jacked up, you can choose quality foods that help you bring you back to baseline. And it's a great way to change your mentality about food, your relationship to food. Instead of seeing it as just some drug that you take in to feel better, you see it as something that is going to nourish you. It's going to rejuvenate you. It's going to recover you. So when you get back in that gym, when you get back in the arena of life, nothing's going to stop you. Because you've done everything possible in your right mind to give your body the best opportunity to be the best and healthiest version of itself. Peace.